So we are talking about rotations, which is a turn about a point. And rotations is a continuation of transformations. It means take a shape on a graph and move it to a new location. One thing about rotations, just like translations that we did earlier, you move the shape that's there. The shape itself does not change. So it's the same size, the sides are the same length, the area is the same, the perimeter is the same. Nothing about the actual shape changes except where it moves to. So this is what I'm going to call your cheat sheet that talks about the rotation. So for a rotation, it means that you're going to have a shape, let's say like this. And if you rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, that means it goes around like a clock. So 90 degrees means you would move it down like this, and the shape would be like that. Okay? So that's a 90 degrees clockwise rotation. Here's what's going to happen to the ordered pairs, and that's how you're going to get this figured out. If your original is XY, whatever the ordered pair is, the rotation of 90 degrees clockwise, you change the XY, you switch them around, YX, and you make the X its opposite. Okay, so you make the X its opposite. For a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation, so you've got your shape, and you're going to rotate counterclockwise. That's the opposite of a clock, and it would be like this. You switch the two around again, but this time the Y is what changes to the opposite. So clockwise, the X changes. Counterclockwise, the Y changes. Then an 180 degree rotation. So here's my shape. This time I'm going to go around 180 degrees. That means a full 290s or a straight line. It would be like this. My shape changed a little bit, but it's not supposed to. On that one, the X and Y don't switch. You just change both signs to the opposite. So what I'm going to suggest for you guys to do is to look at the picture. I'm going to suggest that you write the original ordered pairs. Okay, so please write this down. Write original ordered pairs. Then I want you to change the ordered pairs by the rotation. So look and see whether it is a 90 degrees clockwise or 180 degrees. Change by rotation and then plot the new points. So you're going to write down the original ordered pairs for all the vertices. You're going to change by the rotation. So that means if it would be a 90 degrees counterclockwise, you're going to change them all. You'll switch them and make all the Y's the opposite. And then plot the new points. Any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
All right, we're going to switch now over to the actual worksheet that you have. And I'm going to do number 1. You guys will be responsible to do all the rest. So what we're going to do is I am going to label my points so that it's easier for us to discuss, and I'm going to call this one A, this one B, and this one C. Okay, so can somebody tell me what my ordered pair is for point A? Anybody know what A is, Freddie? -4, -1. Okay, what about B? Can somebody tell me what B is? Amber, good. And negative 1, negative 1. And then finally, what's C? Morgan. What is it? It's right down here. What is it? Yeah, it's hard to tell. Negative 3, negative 5. Okay, so I've written down all my ordered pairs, and that's what I want you guys to do for your homework. Then I want you to look and see what it says for its rotation. This one says 180 degrees about the origin. Look back at your cheat sheet. When it's a rotation of 180 degrees, it takes the ordered pair from x, y. What does it say that it takes it to? Negative x, negative y. Okay, so let's do that. When we have a transformation, how do you label the new points? Kayla?
A prime.
A prime. So let's do that also. A prime. And what would A prime be if A is negative 4, negative 1? What would it be? Anybody know? Kayla? 4, 1. It changes them both. Okay, let's look at B prime. What would B prime be if we applied 180 degree rotation? Lindsay? 1, 1. And then what about C prime? What would that do? What would that become? Morgan? 3, 5. Okay, so this is what I want you to do on your homework. You write the original points down. Look and see what the rotation is. Figure out how that changes the x, y. Write down the new points, and then now let's plot them. So 4, 1 would be right here. And I'm going to call that A prime. 1, 1 would be right here. We'll call that B prime. And 3, 5 would be right here. We'll call that C prime. And now let's connect the dots. And that is my new triangle after 180 degree rotation. So you're going to do that for the rest of these. Make sure you look at what's there. Write those ordered pair down. See how the rotation, what rotation it is. See how that changes the x, y. Write your new points, plot those, and connect the dots. Make sure you label the transformation with primes. I want to point out that it tells you that CCW, like on 3 and 4, right here it tells you that CCW means counterclockwise.